Welcome back to SK Hobbies AZ, and I am Stitch. And on this episode, got a couple of questions about whether or not the SCX10 portal axles will fit on the SCX10 platform. So stay tuned. Well, all right, we're back. So got a couple of questions from posting up my SCX10 Gladiator chassis build that I'm going to be working on and shortening the chassis, and got a couple of questions about the SCX10 and whether or not you can put those portal axles on the SCX10 So I went ahead and broke out my wife's SCX10 builder's kit that I did, and I decided to mount those portal axles up to it. So I was going to show you on what I've got done, and which is sitting right over here, and also some of the issues that you might come across that you would have to fix. So let me go ahead and show you guys what we got. All right, so I've already got it on, and you can see, I'll show you the steering. So I mean, front axle is mounted and the rear axle. So the rear axle mounts up really good. So I didn't have to change any of the links or anything on it. And do this. Drive shaft and everything was good. You know, just had to mount it right up on there, and it worked pretty good. You can look here, you can see you still got a lot of spring action. But the front, so with the front, one of the main issues is I had to shorten these links right here. So I had to shorten them, and I had a set that came inside of the builder's kit for this, and I was able to get them shorter, so that was fine. The drive shaft seems to made up fine. I didn't swap this out. This came with the portal axles when I pulled them off of the other kit, and that seemed to be working fine. There is a little bit of space here that you can you know, shorten up if you needed to by buying yourself some other axles. The upper link, it originally was mounted up right here and came across. Well, with it coming across, it did hit right here and didn't allow to connect up here, so I had to move it to this side here. So it seems like it'll work there, but if we look this way, notice that I don't have the panhard mount, which connects up right there and goes across to right over here. That panhard mount doesn't really work. So you can see that it sets right on top of the pumpkin. So you have to do something with maybe converting the shock mounts, because that's built into the shock mount here. Might have to convert maybe some SCX10 shock mounts, or get you some different shock mounts to put up there, so you can mount the panhard mount right here going straight down, so it's not going underneath on the top of the pumpkin. And then, which I'm not really going to do, because I'm not going to keep the rig this way, because we're going to be putting these axles back onto the 10.3 and leave this one straight axled. So really that's it. Everything else seemed to made up pretty good. Also, if you notice, when you steer, the servo horn actually, let's see if you can see it here. So you can see the servo horn actually hits where that panhard is with this. So maybe if I got a shorter drive link right there for the servo horn, if I got a shorter one and maybe shifted it over, it probably wouldn't be an issue. But that panhard mount right there is, you know, it's got to be changed. So other than that, it will link up. You just got to do a little bit more modification other than this to get in there and make things work. But you know, you can see there's the portal axles on the front and the rear. So right, so that's, you know, pretty short and sweet. I think it will work. You just got to do a little bit more modifications on the links, and also for that panhard mount, and maybe shorten that steering bar. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy this, and thanks for the questions. You got more questions, pop down in the comment sections on any of my videos and ask some questions, because I read them all. But anyways, I hope you guys like, subscribe, and bash that bell. I'm Stitch, SK Hobbies AZ, and I'm out.